Oh yeah, I forgot. You can't eat in the mic. Shut the fuck. Is anybody else thrown off by this XXL 2018 freshman cover? Because I can tell you, I'm not really that mad about it. But I'm just like, why? First of all, whoever put the title under here, the clout, you need to be fired. I don't know I don't know what AR said that this was a good idea. It's not. We got everybody from Trippie Redd to Ski Mask to my boy J.I.D to Lil Pump to Smokepurpp, BlockBoy JB. I'm happy to say that I know at least most of the people that are going to be on this year's list. There are a lot of discrepancies I have with XXL right now at the moment though, and I'm just waiting to air it out. Before we get to the nonsense that I wanted to address, yes, I am extremely excited to hear from J.I.D. I think he is the most deserving. He and Ski Mask, I think they deserve these spots the most. I've been very entertained by them over the last year. Gotten to know a lot of their music, become a fan of both of them. I like what they're putting out. Good job, XXL. Lil Pump, makes sense. Trippie Redd, makes sense. I don't expect everybody on this list to be my cup of tea when it comes to the type of rap I generally like to listen to, or the type that I praise on a more consistent basis, like the technical rapping that you would get from J.I.D and Ski Mask. I anticipate and expect that they're not gonna make a list of XXL freshmen be all lyricists. I don't expect them to do that, right? So Lil Pump being on here makes sense. Even Smokepurpp to an extent. And like I said, I guess BlockBoy had that moment with Drake. I don't really like his music like that, but I get thrown it, why not? And Trippie Redd has had a lot of hit music. He's a very melodic singer. I mean, if you want to say anybody on this list is a vocal gymnast, I guess Trippie would be one of those people. Here's my issue with XXL, right? Where last year, right, I made this video and it was called the XXL freshman list for 2017 is trash, which it was, right? That was complete garbage. I haven't been entertained by PNB Rock. I haven't been entertained by Made in Tokyo, Cap G, Kamaya, none of them. And I just heard Kamaya's new single. I just heard it. Waste of a Schoolboy Q feature. I had my anger nullified by the comment section letting me know that the XXL freshman list is based off of the rappers that have been blowing up in recent years, right? And I'm like, that makes sense. You know, you want to showcase rappers that have been blowing up. Got it. Where is Tekashi 6ix9ine? He's probably the most relevant out of anyone on this list. Why isn't he here? This isn't like 6ix9ine being locked out of Summer Jam. This isn't like that, because with that, I get why you wouldn't want him to appear, why you wouldn't want him to be there, because there are other acts, there's a crowd, there's an audience. You don't want the riffraff, lawsuits, legal matters. You got sponsors. All that makes sense, all right? Keeping him away from that avenue is great. I also think D-Respect made a great video on discussing, you know, the ramifications of Ebro kind of acknowledging 6ix9ine in the way that he did in regards to 6ix9ine trying to be a part of Summer Jam this year. I think you should go check it out. But that's where I'm at right now, right? So that's where my head is at. We're at the part where rappers who are literally blowing up should be a part of the freshman cover. And 6ix9ine is undeniably probably the artist to put as your guy to be a freshman this year. Then I got to thinking, why isn't he a part of the cover? He made this whole riffraff and this whole spectacle sometime earlier this year about the freshman cover being possibly rigged because it's based off of, I think, who uploads their pitch, and maybe the ones who have the most views are the ones that are considered. I've also been told that XXL doesn't allow you to be a part of the cover if you've got legal issues to deal with. So if you've been charged or convicted of something, I know that I think Tekashi pled guilty to misconduct, sexual misconduct with a minor. I'm like, all right, cool, got it. I'm not an advocate for the guy. I don't care if people want to take things away from him for them interpreting his actions to be pretty shitty. They are. And it'd probably make people ask, well, XXXTentacion was a part of the cover for last year. Why was he on there, but 6ix9ine can't be on there this year? I would assume it's because X was still going through, it was still iffy as to whether or not he did or did not do something at that minute. Like, the evidence wasn't as damning as some people view it to be now. Here's my issue, though, when businesses and companies and publications, these huge places of influence, so to speak, if you want to say that XXL is influential in the slightest, do it. But here's my issue with them is when they try to play morals or put their beliefs within the point of their whole shtick, which is to showcase artists who are blowing up. That is your job. It's like what Spotify tried to do recently, but people realize that you're really being a hypocrite if you're going to reprimand these two artists specifically for their actions, but not reprimand the countless other artists you still have on your playlists. Artists like Chris Brown, artists like Dr. Dre, Slash, Vanilla Ice, James Brown, all these artists that Spotify has, but they chose these two, XXXTentacion and R. Kelly, to be the ones to promote this new rule with, only to appease the public. And a lot of them fell for it, but a lot of them, like me, just were not moved by the attempt. You're trying to make yourself seem like you're on this moral high ground by taking out two artists that people look at as shitty now because they're trending, and to add to your trend, to add to your traffic, to make yourself seem as if you're doing something so grand, your next move is to implement a rule that's effective upon these two artists' actions, but weren't up until they did something. That doesn't make sense to me. Spotify, stay in your lane. You do what you're supposed to do, which is put a platform out for artists to put their album so that you can stream it. But wait, there's more. Spotify decides to no longer play judge or jury and retracts the hate conduct policy. Spotify's heart was in the right place. No, it was not. It's important to note our policy had two parts. The first was related to promotional decisions in the rare cases of the most extreme artist controversies. See that word right there? It's called controversy. If no one's making a big deal about it, Spotify's saying we don't give a shit. I know they didn't say that, but that's what I just read. Sue me, I'm stupid. Oh my god, man, I was trying to make that look sexy. So if I look at XXL in the same way that I look at a Spotify, I look at them as if they're not doing their job. Your job is essentially to connect the artist and the fan base, and that's what XL is supposed to do. I was expecting you're supposed to give the artists who've blown up an even larger platform to gain even more traction and more fans. You benefit from it, and so does the artist. But I can see how it makes sense for you to constantly make articles about 6ix9ine but not actually include him on the cover. And while it seems very apparent that XXL isn't a fan of 6ix9ine, to use this artist for traction in articles, I don't feel that's justifiable. I'm sure if you're willing to censor this person from being a part of one of the biggest parts of your whole shtick, you probably shouldn't be covering him in articles either. It's just the one thing I feel they're supposed to be doing, they just aren't. Meanwhile, Stefflon Don here gets the spot over a guy that's supposed to be there by their definition. Do y'all still care about the XXL freshman cover? I mean, I'm interested when there are artists that I like, you know. Obviously that's what most people are going to be there for. We're here to see J.I.D, Ski Mask. A lot of you guys say Wifi's Funeral is not bad. I don't think he's bad. I just think he's a little generic for my taste, but that's just me. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of people that enjoy him. I think he does have an enjoyable voice, an enjoyable wave. His new album I wasn't really the most impressed by, but I mean, I could see people liking him. I can. I'm not going to say he's trash. I'm not going to say that he shouldn't be there. Especially when I was talking about and reviewing his music early last year. YBN Nahmir is another artist that I'm really not that familiar with. I've heard a couple of his songs. I like his flows a lot. I think he's got an entertaining or energetic voice. I think he's young, so he's got a lot of room to grow. I'm not going to be too harsh on him. Does he make the most enjoyable music to me? No. But I think he's still worthy of a listen or a mention. BlockBoy JB, not really feeling it. You all know how I feel about J.I.D, amazing artist, the best they probably could have got for the cover this year, very deserving of the spot. I can see why he wasn't there last year. The Never Story, I don't know if it was his first full-length body of work. I don't think it was. He had an EP, I think, that just dropped not long ago called Para 2, maybe? I might be mistaken. Really love his lyrics, his flows, the way he hangs in certain pockets, his vocal delivery, his inflections. A lot of people in the beginning were blaming him or accusing him of sounding like Kendrick and Anderson .Paak. I could hear it, but at the same time, it feels so much more distinct. I feel a totally different voice. In my opinion, it's just so much different. J.I.D is the embodiment of entertaining versatility. Like, that is just his thing. Another artist who's extremely great and a technical rapper, just not very entertaining lyrically, but he's not really trying to be. I do like the fact that he exists in a lyrical lane, but doesn't necessarily try to exist in the conscious lane at the same time. He's kind of like a lyricist for dummies, and I'm a dummy, okay? So I'm not insulting anyone. Lil Pump, Trippie, as I said before, they both make sense. I don't know what to say about Lil Pump. I like Lil Pump as like a person. I think he's an interesting character to watch. As an artist, not really feeling it like that, but I see why he's there. Smokepurpp, I'm not really into his vibe or his wave. So, I mean, meh. I would love to see J.I.D and Ski Mask have their own little cypher. I'm excited to see J.I.D and Ski Mask's freestyle. Even Lil Pump, I'm excited to see what he's gonna say. Are we gonna get a Gucci Mane? Wow. Am I retarded? Are we gonna get a Gucci Gang layout for his freestyle? Who knows? But yeah, that's how I'm feeling about this XXL freshman cover. Much better than last year. A lot of recognizable faces. At the very least, I can say a good portion of these guys have some talent. I can see why people enjoy them, why people like them. I'm not a sexist, I just don't know that much about Stefflon Don. But I promise I will familiarize myself. Sorry, Mike, I didn't mean to touch you like that. Much more satisfied than last year. Definitely, in my opinion, not a trash list, but XXL just doesn't seem to be fitting their purpose anymore, and it's getting awkward and obvious right now. I mean, I get why you think as a business it's a good idea, but it being from nowhere, it coming out of nowhere, it's just, do you think the people that kind of invest or invest time into your thing, do you think that they're stupid? Let me know, should 6ix9ine have been on this list or not? Thank you for watching. This is my opinion. Feel free to disagree. And it's been real, it's been me. I'll see you in the next one, and I'm out. Peace. I need to eat one grape. Somebody's getting an ASMR in this video, right? Oh my god. Why are you sour?